A thing I've noticed is that America's policy in the Middle East is pretty bad. For example, if they have just done nothing, never get involved, they would have been in a better position than they are right now. Now, of course, things could have happened which changed that and stuff, but I think it's safe to say that America's Middle East foreign policy isn't very good, and they should have just left to the British. So, I was thinking, how can America put India firmly in its sphere of influence? I think the way to do that is make an enemy of Pakistan. Instead of trying to be Pakistan's friend and influencing Pakistan, if America made Pakistan their enemy, then that will push Pakistan into the sphere of influence of China. They may be thinking, that doesn't sound very good for America. And it's not. For example, it gives China a place, a port in the Indian Ocean, an ally with access to the Indian Ocean. So let's say the Straits of Malacca got cut off, then theoretically they could do it through Pakistan. Well, the thing is that there is the Himalayan mountains, so all the logistics and stuff and trade would have to go through the Himalayan mountains. So it's not actually that good, and it would require a massive infrastructure project and stuff. So now that we've asserted that, firmly placing Pakistan in the China's sphere of influence will benefit China, but it won't be disastrous for America. Now let's look at the benefits. With Pakistan as America's enemy, while Pakistan and India are big rivals, that means India is more inclined to be friends with America and be in the Western Bloc, and if Pakistan's like best friends with China, they'll instantly make India more anti-China. So really, it's a win-win situation. So I think if America pulls out of the Middle East and then makes an enemy of Pakistan, well, then they'll be able to firmly get India in their sphere of influence. They should appease Modi and stuff. Now, of course, what happens when America leaves the Middle East? Well, I think what they should happen is there should be an establishment of like a Middle East sort of NATO with Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Oman, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Bhutan, all those countries. So America's got no troops in the Middle East, and if they form an alliance, that should be strong enough to stop Iran. Now, of course, Iran will then do influence. Then it becomes an internal game, and America would be battling internal influence. Now, of course, we've got the Israel question. Well, with America no longer in these Middle East countries, they can support Israel. And then it will lessen Iran's weaponry of propaganda. So it will hurt Iran's propaganda. It pretty much, I think this is a good strategy. By pulling out of the Middle East, it means that they've got more resources and stuff, and they can focus more on India. So I think it's just all round a good plan. And of course, you could get the UK to get involved in any business in the Middle East. For example, like if the Middle East bloc needs foreign help, get the UK to. They can be the Middle East guys, and in fact they could take an anti-Israel position. So with UK being anti-Israel on rhetoric and minor stuff, and helping out these blocs, it won't give Iran propaganda. And in fact, it may actually hurt Iran, because then all of a sudden you got this other bloc, which is also anti-Israel, not doing anything, which is no different to Iran, who talks a big game about being anti-Israel, yet don't do anything. Same with Recep Erdogan or whatnot. He's like, in fact, he's pro-Israel if you look at actions, but he has an anti-Israel rhetoric, and that fools a lot of people. So yeah, that's pretty much my basic geopolitical statement, and I think it's a fairly good idea, and I think it should be implemented. So yeah, that is all.